Harry. So who doing the intro today? Tonight?
You?
Me? Wow. Um Good night everyone. Welcome to season 2 of
That's what happened there. We had a season break.
Doggy, it didn't feel like a season break, doggy. Honestly, it just felt like, well, it for me, I'll just speak for me. Can't speak for everyone. It just felt like I just felt like I was just too lazy to just, you know,
No, Akila, you was grinding.
pod.
That is what happened.
What? Grinding, doggy? No, dog. I was just lazy. Yeah, I
Well,
was
I'm about to
just.
ask on who, but like, okay.
Grinding. Akila, the man was on Blue Stacks.
Anyways, um,
You say Blue Stacks and I automatically have Blue Chew, but hey, I was watching too much Logan Paul.
blue. What
What's
is
that?
it? Blue tube.
Blue Chew.
Blue chew was that?
It's basically another type of Viagra.
Ah, okay. Very interesting. I might look.
Logan Paul vlog, though. Logan Paul vlog.
Oh no.
Speaking of Logan Paul, well, you know, I don't want to get into that as yet. But yes, as I said, good night everyone. We're back. I think we'll be streaming regularly. I think so. From I mean going henceforth. I think so. I think. Don't
For
quote me on
the
that.
foreseeable future.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you can only see until tomorrow. So.
True. True.
Technically, I can only see until the world leaves after.
So how's the week, guys? How's everything been? How's
I remember Sunday,
Mhm.
then it was Wednesday, then Thursday, then Friday, then it was morning, then it was night. I
Okay.
don't know where Monday and Tuesday went.
Damn. Are you one of those people who like you just forget like you just forget
Yeah,
like how the yeah, okay. I,
if nothing eventful happens, the days like
no dog, but like even eventful stuff like don't like do
after
you
a while,
forget?
yeah,
Okay.
after
Okay,
a
I thought
while, yeah.
I thought it was me alone. Like it doesn't even have to be a while. It could be like 3 days later or 2 days later. I'll just
If whatever it is that happened doesn't leave uh,
last impression.
a lasting impression, yeah, that's the thing. Like episodic memory. If it's not a like you watch episodes of a show
Mm-hmm.
and there's certain things in the episodes you remember, but certain things when you're watching, you're like, what that happened? But like you know, you watched the entire show.
Right.
So it's like that. Like certain things just not as impactful as others.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. Okay, fair game. What about you, Mr. Iro?
Mr. Cheesy.
Um, what can I say, Chief? My week started off like every other week, boring. Um, and it ended like every other week, boring. Uh, wasn't really eventful. Wasn't really exciting. I went to work and I came home. That was it.
And you didn't die.
Yeah.
He
Oh
said
yeah,
that
Wednesday
year
I went to
sounded so
give out
sad.
masks.
You
You
went to
what?
what?
I went to give out some masks, part of the Clash Central Youth and Sports Council. We did a mask thing where be like, hey, people make masks and we'll give you money if your design looks nice. And people made masks and they got money and got masks to give people in the country. Did
Mm-mm.
everybody that got a mask need a mask?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not, but like I mean,
Harry.
Mm-mm.
some people got masks and they needed masks. So
Okay. I check.
we end up went to Roseville. It was nice to Roseville. Passed by Grass. Been a while since
Mm-hmm.
I walked inside Grass Street. And we
Mm-mm.
literally got mobbed for thing for
For
masking Grass Street. Like
I got
we did a
robbed.
No, mobbed.
Oh, okay.
I want mask, I want mask, I want mask, I want mask, because people have freeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came home with my for
I didn't get that. You
what
said
over there robbed me.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's just massive people wanted.
Hmm.
Like for a strange reason, like when I just entered Grass Street, it's like okay, I might die. But then I see fellas I know Grass Street. Like, oh hey, that's true. I know people here. Like I keep seeing people I know Grass Street. Like wow.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I don't think. I mean, I don't think
It's not. It's not. It's
it's
not.
as
Okay. It's
bad
not
like people
people
make it
that
out to
will.
be.
Yeah. It's not. It's not. Like they
Yeah.
have bad
Yeah.
days,
Yeah.
but it's not a bad place though.
Yeah. It's not
If
like
you
I
come,
mean.
if you come there on no excitement high,
Exactly.
safe,
Exactly.
actually.
Like it
If you
all
come there and
depends on
try
the
and shove
approach.
yourself, you're not leaving there alive. That's for
Ex-
sure.
exactly, dog. I mean, dog. Like, why would you walk in there with a iced out
You understand?
Cuban doggy? Like, what you doing?
Fellas will just nicely ask
Proving
me
a
to hand it
point.
over.
It's like taking a
Nah, bro.
bus to go to Bocage, doggy. They go rob you while the bus moving, dog.
I don't know how
Funny
buses are
though,
fast through Boca,
because the
Like,
big
to me,
fellas that rob you on your stand, though.
at least they're robbing you on this stand, sir. So you can have time to see. Just feeling like you drive the bus driving, and all of a sudden your pocket like, what happened?
Doggy,
now?
the fellas are ninjas, but yeah,
Doggy.
fellas are ninjas. Them man crime, like, you know how it does happen, though? Them man, they waiting at the side of the road. Like, yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
see them.
when the bus stops to take the corner, and I have to slow down for next shit.
I want
Just
dog.
realize in your
Nah,
pocket and
that go be too slow, dog. You go check somebody rob you. They have one man standing at every bus stop, and then the man go call ahead and let you know who on the bus and what they have. So by the time you midway between the bus stops, dog, the fellas know who they coming for, dog. So in a flash,
why?
the fellas just robbing them. Check it.
Doggy, how do you know so much?
Some high class highs. He
Dog,
helped them plan out their
living,
schedule, dog.
I living in Bocage, bro. They needed somebody innocent, somebody behind the scene, somebody there go suspect. Check it. To
Okay, alright. Well,
coordinate the effort.
When I want to go Boca Church, I will take a Monday door bus and I go walk down.
Nah, that works, dog.
Nah,
Ever since they signed the morning dog Bocage Treaty, doggy, doggy,
yeah,
it's been a collaborated effort, dog.
yeah.
Dog.
And they have a special spike of egg garden out there. You realize a whole
Yeah,
egg now.
exactly. So
Wow, dog.
sometimes we just have to send troops from Bocage to Monidor to help out with the efforts, dog.
That's
Yeah,
crazy, doggy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
dog. You already
To
understand.
to those who may be confused, we just talking bad shit. But yeah.
Yeah, that
Um,
shit, but you know, that's
since
as far as they want you to know.
since you're on the topic of like best shit and stuff like this week, well, it's not really best shit. Well, it is kind of best shit depending on how you look at it. But this week I saw a lot of females calling out men this week on Twitter for sexual harassment and shit like that. I saw that trend last week. I didn't think it would have lasted into this week because usually trends last for about a week. So that was it wasn't surprising to me, but I was like, okay, wow, this actually lasted for
Let's jump since we're getting close to it. Let's
Freak
jump,
man, trust me.
but slowly. It's been a couple of years. I've realized either the same thing or something similar is happening. Besides the fact that Father's Day, and I don't know when it is, today or tomorrow. I don't really care, but like, I know it's a thing. Besides the fact that Father's Day is so downplayed compared to Mother's Day, seems like they're making an extra effort to make it not important.
okay.
Like you give her a big story, so really important thing doesn't stand out,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it feels this way for a couple years.
Okay.
Like all of a sudden, like if the whole fucking year you know this thing has happened, wait around the already quiet day to celebrate fathers, not to celebrate fellas that pretend to be dads, nah, fathers though, that's a whole different brand, and just start piling their shit from like a month before, and then they'll just drop the big dookie the day,
On the day.
like, hey, my
Mm.
mother was my father. No, no, I know if I'm gonna watch the videos. I see.
Yeah, I watched the I
Yeah,
watched
I
the
watch him.
videos. I watched
No,
them.
them man capture my my feelings on that whole vibe. For
Yeah. For those who don't know what you're talking about, we're referencing a video by Abba and Preach, which I think I'll put a link below if you guys are interested in watching. But yeah, like to me, it just doesn't make sense to. It just doesn't make sense to just
it's
downplay dads.
toxicity breeding toxicity, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the ignorance of wokeness that
Mm-hmm.
keeps creating this kind of dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
People want to pretend to be woke. Oh, I know, bitch, you don't know shit.
You know, I think why do you think people pretend to be woke? Like why do you think
Because
they
it's
do
the
that?
thing to do. Everybody wants to be in it. That's the thing.
Okay,
People
so
rather pretend to know than actually do the work to know. Because guess what? It involves work. You need to go do your research. You need to actually
mm-hmm.
find out the facts. You need to make yourself uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm.
It's the same concept with a lot of things. People want to reap rewards without doing any work, which is why a lot of people still play the lottery. Because hey, if I put $2, I stand a chance of winning how many million? But I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind wasting hundreds and thousands of dollars over the course of my life because one day I might win $3. Because most people do not win average money more than they spend.
I mean, by that
Mm-hmm.
logic, anybody who works hard should be able to freely play the lottery.
That
Because by that logic, I mean, if I'm making my money and I'm doing what I need to make my money, I'm not being lazy, then me spending $2, even if
Well,
it's going to rack up a cost, I'm just going based on what I understand you saying.
yeah, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
I see
But
where you come
it's
from, Brandon, but I don't think Daryl. Well, I didn't, but Daryl didn't really
that's not
mention
that's
No, I
mention
know
that
that's
in his.
not what you meant,
Okay.
okay. But
but I feel
there's a
like that was
difference between you doing something as a pastime and you banking your life on this one thing, probably.
yeah, I get that, I get
But
that.
anyway, I think we drift off the
Fathers.
fathers topic.
Yeah. I wanted to say something. I wanted to say. I don't know. I think the thing with the you mentioned Father's Day is a day to, pay. Well, I don't want to say pay respects, but to celebrate fathers, not people who pretend to be fathers, but fathers. But
Yeah,
unfortunately, I think um
the world sees
the
it as
skewed
a
views are
attack.
just men. They probably just see it as that's how I see it because
Men,
from Twitter, yeah, they just see it as men and they just
men,
bash men. That's how I
It's
see it.
actually
these are the same people who pretend to be so woke.
Not necessarily, not all of them. Some of them just bash to be some of them just bash men to bash men sick.
yeah.
I even saw a few fellas saying on Twitter, "Men are trash, the women are right." Men, doggy, I don't know, dog. I was just I wasn't surprised, but I was like, wow.
I mean,
That's what Coochie doing the fellas.
to be fair, it's semantics, bro. Because technically, men are trash, but all men are not trash.
But when you say men
Like,
are trash, doggy, you referring to all men.
no, 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 no. You see, because I can say cars have wheels, but not all cars have four wheels. So you understand? So there are some seriously messed up men, and I honestly don't blame a lot of women for hating men, but at some point they need to come to the you know they need to come to accept the fact not all men are the same. Cannot lump all men together because even though majority of rapists are
Yeah,
majority
I wasn't
of
here.
offenders are men,
Mm-hmm.
not every man is a sex offender. I
Exactly.
never harassed anybody, but now I live in my life and I'm prone to getting bashed by women because some other man or some other men created a horrible narrative and a terrible image of men in general. So yeah,
No,
there's some really trashy men, but not all men.
yes. Now, here's the thing, another thing that pisses me off. To all the feminists fighting for equality, please note that every key word in this sentence had big ass air quotes around it.
Yeah.
They want equality, but why is it that you don't hear so much noise about female offenders? Why is it that they're not pushing for the same level of punishment for crimes between a male and a female? Why is it that this is not where they're coming from? They just want to destabilize shit. Talking about shit that has already been proven to be wrong. It doesn't make sense. It's like it's not they don't want equality, they just want to bring down the males.
Yeah, that's the point. That's their point. It's not about
So
it
so
has
so
never
so
been.
no so here's the thing. At least market your shit correctly. If you just want to say all men are dogs, just keep saying all men are dogs. Stop talking about equality because these two things are not the same. They don't belong in the same packaging in the same store. That's like trying to a mechanic shop. You- Them things don't mix. And yeah, I have a serious problem with it. I sitting on meetings with my council, and it's predominantly females on there, and I have to chime in when, like, hey, what about the guys?
Mm-hmm.
Like, no. You need to take this seriously. It's not a joke. Fellas are guys in general right now are being persecuted and villainized, and then expected to not be the thing that you are always told you are. Like anyone doing basic psychology understands the notion that if you are told you are something long enough, you become that.
True.
In most cases, yeah.
True.
So why in a society where people are female? No, let me say it proper. Why in a society where females are crying that they need good men, that they need this, that they break down the men in the society from little boys, from little boys. Why is this a thing? Why is this still a thing that is being perpetrated? A boy does something in class, he gets licks. A girl does something, she gets a talking. I understand the fairer sexes, but we have to understand our biases and accept them and work to change them so we can achieve equality. Because too many females are getting away with so much dumb shit.
Facts. Reach.
Too much dumb shit.
No, dog, you're right. You're honestly right, doggy.
Like, I don't like bringing up. I always end up bringing up myself because I don't like using people's stories because you can't never rely on people's stories.
Mm.
But I remember being in primary school and getting licks
You
when
can
the
just
girl
delete
next
it,
to
though.
me was talking in my ears, and I open my mouth to tell her you is disturbing me, and I get licks, my G. I'm disturbing the class because I tell the girl who's sitting next to me, who is talking non-stop to the girl behind me. She turned around to talk to the girl behind me. And they're having a full-blown conversation, but I say, hey, you're disturbing me. I get licks.
Was the teacher female?
Of course it's a female teacher.
You see, doggy. But that means you have to be a white knight, doggy. That was your cue to be the white knight,
Nah,
doggy.
dog, that thing I beat up everybody because it's equality all one, licks all one. Shit, shut
Nah,
down,
man,
man.
nah, man. Like, if I had a little less melanin, doggy, I'd say you should have done that. But nah, I'm black. Doggy. He doesn't run up on. Bro.
Yo, listen, I'm one of the guys who got bullied by females a lot in primary school to the point where I end up.
Wow.
You know them action sequences where they with fella giving like the 1, 2, 3 kicks in 4 kicks in a chest kind of vibe, like you're running up on the person kind of vibe.
Wow. What kind of Chun Li
I
type
end up
thing?
doing that to a female, boy.
I kill a bus in Chun Li movesets on the guilty.
Yeah, like that happens funny. Like Jet Li with them strings and thing, dog.
Yeah. Oh, the strings. Okay.
In your chest, dog.
Right. DBC fighters.
Now they got
Like,
like you know people going to be in the comments like, oh, Blammy
fuck y'all in the comments can't talk shit, dog. Y'all wasn't there when I was getting licks, dog. Go and ride your white horse by yourself, dog. And not on that bullshit. I'm talking reality here. If you can't handle reality, that was shot. So.
Let me see. Wow. That was on your mind for a while, man.
Them is things when I see them kind of nonsense against perpetrating against men, though that's trigger me though. Them is my triggers though. Females just consider they triggered for nonsense. I'll get triggered for real shit though.
You know,
I listen, I love the fact that females are getting a voice. Alright? I love the fact that they feel like they can talk about certain things. What I don't like is what they're doing with that voice.
okay.
You're not making anything better for any future generation by putting down that. Unless you're going to do like the Gazokazops from Rick and Morty and make a society of women alone on another planet away from fellas, you're doing nothing. You're just fucking everybody up. You're raising right now this generation of females. Don't on selfish, but a lot of females are stupid and very unaccountable for their shit because they have not been made to be accountable for their mistakes.
Do you think so, doggy?
They've been let off. They've been given excuses. So when push comes to shove, all you know how to do is play victim. No, I don't know. No, stop playing victim. Dog. Own up for your shit. If you're wrong about something, you're wrong about something. If you don't know, try to learn.
But then again, doggy, a lot
If somebody didn't do you something, do not blame the shit on that person.
Okay. I mean, but I feel like a lot of women, like you mentioned women like in Saint Lucia thing. A lot of women in Saint Lucia, like majority of them are managers and CEOs and supervisors and stuff.
But
doggy.
that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
So when you
But how do these females treat the men that they decide to get involved with?
Like B. Simone.
Good one.
We're talking about real people, though, not fictional characters.
Nah, dog,
No,
it's a
Yeah,
thing.
B Simone is the actual
I know who. I saw her whole
thing about
9 to 5.
5 a.m., 9
ridiculous
to
show.
5.
Yeah.
9 to 5.
I would even harder though because I work in an 8 to 5. So, sheesh. Rough, dog.
Like, yeah, I don't know. It's the same Aben Peach and somebody. It wasn't MB. Someone. It was somebody else. Somebody ridiculous. Um, and she was basically saying that if a guy makes less twice what she makes, she will belittle him.
I saw down.
How? Oh, I watched the entire video. And I have to. It's a good thing I watched the entire video because when I heard that line, I was like, how is this one person so stupid?
Doggy, there's a lot of women, Doggy. There's a lot of women
And
are like that,
that's
but they will not come forward and say it, Doggy. If a
No.
female.
And
go ahead.
that's the thing that hit me. That this is not just her. And then Abram Priest brought out something where it's like it's not that they stupid,
They were hurt.
that they've been hurt so much and conditioned to think a certain way that is their normal now. So it's not a thing to get mad at, it's a thing to get sad at because this is the state of female. And this is what they think is acceptable behavior. Meanwhile, the world's still bashing on men. Fix your females, though, please. Fix them. Because they're a serious mess.
Doggy.
Stop bashing men. Focus on yourself and fix yourself, though, because, bruh.
I don't know, dog. Like, I just feel like. I don't know, Doggy. Like.
I get it. The world is a mess. There are a lot of men that are real shit. But the only thing you can work on by yourself is yourself.
Yourself. Okay. But don't you think.
Understand where the statements you're making come from and address it.
Okay.
I mean, in contrast, a lot of women are garbage too.
Yeah.
But we don't mention that.
We try not to.
Society
Because it will hurt their feelings. Granted, I don't give a fuck about their feelings.
Crazy.
But let me ask you, like, don't you all think, like, that was a random thought that just came, like, passed through my mind. Don't you think women taking the route that they're taking isn't that somewhat of a karma? Because before, they were oppressed. They were oppressed by
trust me,
fellas and so on.
I see it, and I say I get it.
Okay.
Does it make the situation better? Is the question I'm asking. No.
Okay. Okay.
I'm hoping that when you tip the scales to one side, it tends to swing the other way before it kind of level out. I don't see it leveling out anytime soon, and it's frustrating. Because in a society where we're so educated and so quote unquote woke, how the fuck you're so stupid still though? How?
I could have just said it out the F-bombs way.
It doesn't make sense. Listen, I could excuse this behavior back before we had computers and shit and people could do research readily available. I could excuse this. Alright? Can't excuse it now, dog. Can't. It's willful ignorance.
I see what you're saying. Speaking of,
You have a question, you can type it into Google with your answer. That you will get something close to the answer. Will the answer be 100% correct? You might need to do a little more digging than the first thing on the tab. That is your due diligence. do your due diligence.
You know, speaking of woke, and females, I think it was this week, Brandon and I we were listening to the latest J Cole track where he spoke about you know um black women. Okay, it was a general track. Black women, some of them being a bit more educated than others, and you know, like since they were more educated and stuff, they were
Look
talking
down.
down. Yeah, they were talking down on people who didn't know, and all Cole was really saying was, that instead of being on your high
Talking down,
horse,
you raise up.
right, you raise awareness and teach everyone. And like this week, everybody was bashing Damani, including Chance the Rapper. But we won't talk about that.
No, yo, chill, chill.
So chill. So
Yeah,
Chance bash cool.
it wasn't just
So
Chance. Like
trying
it was just everybody.
so,
Like
so a bunch
mostly
so a
women,
bunch of people
mostly
bash
women.
J. Cole
Hmm.
for trying to make them accountable
Yeah,
and
yeah,
for their bullshit. See the
yeah,
problem with that, right? You see the problem there.
yeah, yeah,
Dog,
yeah.
When it
essentially,
comes
at
to
the
when it comes to them being accountable for their shit, they don't want to. They want to make everybody else look at what was happening last week and this week. They want to make everybody else accountable but themselves.
Brandon,
and yeah, dog.
It
But
doesn't make sense.
I mean, I'm not trying to pin
I
blame.
understand the selfishness. I
Yeah, dog.
understand the greed. That doesn't excuse their behavior.
Like, dog, you could say that as much as you want, dog. It's not going to change because that's human behavior.
Yeah.
Dog, look at black people, dog. Look at how big the Black Lives Matter movement got. Dog, when you oppress people for an extended period of time, when they fight back, they tend to fight back with everything they have pent up. And that can get extremely violent.
Women
So
have
now,
been fighting back for a long. Black Lives Matter thing, just start getting.
no. Well, that's what I'm showing you, bro. So like, okay, we're talking about women. So if women have been, or not if, they have been, I don't want to say oppressed, but I guess that's the best term to use because that's kind of what
shut
it
on.
was.
You've been shut on.
Nah, I'm not saying that.
No, women
Nah,
have
nah.
historically women have been shot on. You're right. Though.
Yeah, and Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They take the dookie and they have to wash it too.
Shout
No,
out R.
but
Kelly.
you see the fact that you can laugh at that, dog. The fact that you can laugh at that so casually, doggy, will piss off a lot of women.
No, listen.
Doggy,
We
no.
are,
Okay.
we are addressing facts, okay?
No.
We are addressing facts.
I understand that. But just imagine that.
The ability
imagine.
to laugh at something does not take away from its importance.
I understand
I
that.
understand that, doggy.
But just imagine somebody talking about the history of black people, and then they laugh when they say that's why they were enslaved or shot and killed. Doggy, you realize how messed up that sounds?
You do realize that a lot of comedy specials are based around these jokes, right?
Doggy, and
So
that's not the point.
people have been laughing at these things. For
I'm
years.
not saying no, dog. They have been. Yes, they have been. But white people laugh
But
at
we have
everything.
also been taking it seriously. Why we
Yeah.
laugh at them?
I'm not going against you, dog. Stop attacking me.
I just
I'm
making sure we're on the same road.
Doggy, I'm just saying that people will get upset that you're laughing at the oppression of women. Though, that's all I'm
And
saying.
snowflakes will always get upset because anything.
Darren,
You can't call
doggy,
them snowflakes, dog.
make
Because
it
they have a
out for
valid reason
bloody.
to be upset. No, dog. No, listen. Having a valid reason to be upset does not excuse your behavior. Why?
I don't know, bro. If I had a valid reason to cover man in my face, dog, you can't tell me. I covered him in my face, dog. It's a rap. I had a valid reason, bro. So if I have a valid reason
You
to,
had a valid reason to punch him in the face, but why you stab him too?
I didn't stab the man at all. I tell you, I cuffed the man in the face.
But
Period.
this is what is happening. This is what is happening. Something happens to what something happens, and they go above and beyond the required response.
Nah, bro. That's not
Look
what I'm
at okay.
talking about.
Let
Dog, you're
me
going off
give
on a tangent then. That's far beyond what I said.
I will let your.
I was just talking about the oppression of women and laughing at it.
Yeah.
You can't call people snowflake for getting upset, dog.
No.
That's all I'm saying. Like they have a valid reason to be upset. That's it. That's the tweet. I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, being able to laugh at something doesn't take away from its importance, and I agree. I'm just saying that if somebody gets upset that you're laughing at it, you can't call them a snowflake because they have a valid reason. If they get upset and they feel entitled and they feel like they have the right to fight you for it, then that's different. It's dead wrong. But just getting upset.
Well, I group the only way I would know they're upset is if they decide to back up.
Nah, bro, you can voice your disapproval.
Most people don't know how to voice their disapproval.
Yeah, though, that's a common problem in society. Nobody, before anything, everybody ready to throw hands, dog. Society has become a place where violence rules, dog. I mean, look at how the police are enforcing the law. Let's be serious, dog.
That's ridiculous. So that
Violence reigns. Look at how
they stop. No, like yo, the one that burned me is the drunk man. The man parked his car. I was sleeping in his car.
Oh, I saw that.
Man is drunk. The man is driving, you know. Park his car.
I think you're sleeping. Yeah, the man was just
boy,
sleeping.
no. The boy, no. He said, bang. So he said, I am driving. I want to sleep in my car. I can't sleep on the road. They got arrested, but I go sleep in my car.
A white car, right?
I don't know. I didn't get the whole story.
Mm.
Yeah, I've been getting my news from several. So
Yo, what?
I've been getting my news from the Daily Show.
Yo, what?
News.
He's nudes.
Oh,
News, though. What? Wow.
because I didn't hear news the first time.
So yeah, according to what Trevor said and other little videos I got information from,
Trevor.
the guy was in his vehicle. Yes, he was drunk. Two police officers were called, but they made the call from IHOP or whatever establishment was around. Hey, there's a guy, he's drunk, he's in his car sleeping. We don't know what's up. Okay, two police show up. Cool. They're talking to the guy. You realize he's drunk. The guy's drunk. He's in his car. He's not driving. What law has he broken? I don't know.
Being in a car while black.
He says that his sister lives not too far out. Obviously, the nigga didn't want to drive, which is why he was sleeping in a car. So hey, why did it reach a point where they needed to arrest him? What was he doing so much? Besides being black, obviously, because that's a crime.
That's an important
That's a
point.
crime. That's a crime by itself.
Yeah,
What was he doing? If we exclude his blackness, what was he doing that resulted in him needing to be arrested?
That's a funny thing, though. You follow the laws, they find a reason for them to arrest you, for them to put you behind bars. You break the laws, they find a reason for them to arrest you and put you behind bars.
No, it doesn't
As a
make
black man
sense,
in
doggy.
America, though, how do you? I don't know if
You
you
move,
saw that
you move
video.
around with a shotgun, and when the police come to your door, you just blow his head off and try
Nah,
and get
bro.
out. You
Mm.
might as well just do that. Is my point.
Because funny enough, right? There was this thing going around Twitter, a picture of a phone case, and the back of the phone case is a gun handle. So
Yeah.
the gun handle sticks out of your pocket. And you know that everybody's reaction? As a black man, I could never.
Yeah.
Dog,
You would get shot.
dog,
You're
we've
not
seen
they're not asking you no questions, dog. Just shot on
dog,
sight.
a black man with anything that looks like a weapon. That's it for your life. Doggy, we've seen people get shot for having toy guns. Doggy, at the protest, they arrested black men because um, they had weapons in an open carry state. The next week, there was a protest with white people walking through the streets with automatic rifles.
Doggy, the
Nothing.
blickies were out, so, doggy. Blickies were out and about, doggy. I was like,
No,
what?
it makes no sense. And you cannot say it's not racism because the
Of course,
only
it is
difference
blatant
is skin
racism.
color. Dog. Skin color.
Listen,
The only
but in
difference.
what state they were saying they walk up to the mayor what basically a government establishment, and it was basically held hostage by an armed militia
Oh
of white
yeah, I saw that.
Americans.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
What happened to these guys? What happened to these guys?
Them man just getting off scot free because they're white. They're white. It's white privilege. And now
When I see your comment, yes. He said, you guys need to remember broken women raise broken men and women, and it's up to us to break that trend. And that is my point. That's what I'm saying. Stop feeding into the thing when we know what has happened. We as the world, we have the information, but a lot of us want to sit and stew in those instead of working past. It doesn't help. Not helping anyone.
Hmm.
Yes, a lot of us right now alive were raised by single parents, and even some of us who were raised in families where the father was present, we felt like we were raised in a single house because daddy just came home, ate his food, go and sleep,
Mm-mm.
and then he go on his business. And then because that his fathers are supposed to be the provider, and that is all the context a lot of men have for what their role is in the home.
Mm.
spider.
So then, I'm not saying it's right, but in a man who doesn't take the time to understand that he is an integral part of the social networking of the house, if he sees himself as just a provider, bruh, all that man care about is making sure you have food. You're not, I don't care. As long as you'll have food, you'll have money, you'll have food, for school.
No
Yeah,
complaint.
don't come and shoot in my ears. I don't care. And that is how a lot of guys will socialize from young. You're not supposed to show feelings. You're not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to do that. But
Yeah, the
now
bad man doesn't cry.
men know that, hey, it is okay to show your feelings. It is
Where?
okay to do these things.
Where?
What is?
Where?
Let us know. We ignoring
When,
it.
where?
But we know.
Where? And
We know.
dog, you're going to show your feelings, and then you in a girl group chat getting roasted by all her friends.
You see, and that is where I think is another one of the videos I sent you. Or did I send you that one?
Yeah, you send us that one. That was the two of them. Men showing vulnerability.
Yeah, men
Yep,
showing vulnerability.
Yep. I honestly do not.
Guys are vulnerable. Guys are I would say, more emotionally vulnerable than females. Why?
Yep.
We don't have your support network.
Yep.
You all have generations of teaching females how to discuss and how to deal with their emotional baggage. But I love that.
And it's funny.
The only hair
because
is you're supposed to be strong.
I find it really funny though, because even with all of that, women will still be horrible at managing their emotional well-being will be in shambles, and they have access to way more assistance, way more help than men. So if women cannot get it together, doggy,
Why they haggling fellas?
why? Yeah, why you making it?
We have never had the you can do this.
Yeah, like dog, you can see it. And
No. That's your girl, but she doesn't have the. I'm commenting too clean. Then that's not. She said then that's not your girl. I think that's too. We getting roasted when it's our females. Like yeah, I'll see this. Yeah. It happens because you think that's your girl. And this is why a lot of guys refuse to be emotional with females. Or we make we give a pretense of emotion that we know will not leave us vulnerable because hey, like our fair host normally say, women is snakes, dog. They have a reason. All the fellas in the chat, all the fellas who are normally on this podcast can identify with that because you're treacherous. You're asking and begging for fellas to be vulnerable. When we're vulnerable, boy, it's a roast session. Your chat all over Twitter. Like what the fuck?
yeah, big men like you, doggy.
Boy, Domati. Stamp,
Yeah.
stamp.
Age.
At your big age, you getting like a little boy, so you know what, girl? How you acting so? Like, but you just asked me to be vulnerable.
Nah,
In-
but like I was saying, dog, it goes past women, though. It goes past. It's a societal now that men cannot be open and honest about their feelings. So if you, at this point, dog, to a lot of people, they cannot be open with any.
They cannot process it.
Because
And a lot of guys have tried to be vulnerable and have been made complete fools.
dog, you open up to your girl, dog, it's like session. And now you're
Just
laugh.
wait for one of our
and
friends
jokes.
in the group chat that actually like you a little bit to send you screenshots of what your girl was saying about you.
Dog, you
That's what you
sometimes
have to wait for.
he doesn't
You
send me
always
the
have to have the
screenshot,
inside
buddy.
friend.
He doesn't send me the screenshot. Sometimes it's on Twitter, you seen it, dog. And by that time, you have 150k retweets, dog.
Yeah,
And what you do
over, dog. Just delete your life, dog. That's why fellas just kill themselves, dog.
And it's even worse because you can't be open with your girl, but you can't be open with your friends because the moment you try to be open with your friends, it's like, hey, I'm to that. Just
Yeah.
so if you're, dog, just
True.
man up.
Just mwemwem that, doggy.
It's a very toxic, and that
Society.
right there is what creates toxic masculinity because we literally have not been able and are not able to express our feelings. So we just boil it up and just let everything just be channeled into rage.
Yeah, dog, just kill that.
Yeah, exactly though. It's just end now.
Yeah, that man,
You make me feel vulnerable. Nah dog, I feeling you.
yeah, dog, that man talking 2 decibels high, dog, you just end that man. They are not coming to you as a man, dog, because if I try and come to you as a man to man, dog, and I tell you, bro,
dog, I go feel you, dog.
listen, I like what you're doing, G. Like, just stop. Nah, dog, you go look like a bossy man.
Yeah.
So that man disrespect you, just run up on that man, dog.
Listen, doggy,
just drop that in my chest.
just-
That's how man's supposed to behave.
just call the grass street goons, doggy.
Yeah, dog, just hit up somebody from Degas, dog.
But I had a man that's just weed eater too.
Weed eater.
What?
What?
That's my man neck, dog.
Them man do different, dog.
Weed eaters. What?
Yeah, they have a metal blade attachment for that when them men figure that out. That's how it's disposed of.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
That's like a purge weapon.
It is.
What doggy? This
But yeah, though, it's
Yeah,
hard.
so
hard.
it is on both sides. Men have to figure out a way. Yeah, by ourselves. Yeah, give us time to express themselves and to learn to be actual men and not what the hell society say men supposed to be, what society said men were supposed to be, what
It's
our
funny.
fathers and grandfathers think men are supposed to be actual men. We're supposed to be able to be emotional. Now, yeah, and she makes a good point there.
What's that?
If the girl you think is your girl go expose you being vulnerable to her friends for a laugh, that is poison.
Yeah, no, but like you can only tell that after it happens.
Exactly.
Like-
No, wait, listen. They have ways. Like, listen, I have been. It's been a couple of years, though, that
Damn.
I have developed a fake vulnerable side. You show
Yeah,
females.
talk your shit. Talk your shit.
And
Talk your
if
shit.
if the shit you say end
Doesn't
up back
matter.
to you, you know, okay, that one I real though. If it end up out there, you know that one I real. If people start watching you and say, no, okay, that one I real. But
Wait.
sad.
Pause. Pause.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that in the initial stages of your relationship, you will lie to see if she's going to reveal your lies?
No,
Yes, sir.
not
Yes,
lie,
sir.
dog.
Yes,
Not
sir.
lie, dog.
That's crazy. So you're gonna lie, right? Just to see if she's going to catch on and spread what you told her, what you.
But
You-
you don't have to lie. That's the thing. You're mistaken. You don't have to lie.
No. But you just said you created a fake persona, dog. That's what you just said.
Yeah. Things
So
I
that's a
would not
lie.
normally. Things I would not normally say. Things I would not normally let get
Then
out.
that's a lie.
No, doggy. Not necessarily.
Wait. So you mean that? Okay. So they just have private
Like-
information that you don't mind getting out. But you
Yeah,
just
but I would not
to-
normally let out.
Okay. Wild, but go.
Yeah, dog. It's wild, dog. It's like it's mind fuckery
Oh,
that you have to do these things.
Nice
you
stand.
don't have to. You can just
It's
accept the fact that society will never treat you like a human being. They will only treat you like a man, and then you just live in your emotional depravity and constant mental, dilapidation.
Yeah, I from very young I have been fighting the urge to kill people. So
Wow.
dog. Wow, doggy. Doggy. I have a feeling that.
I mean, I've sat next to you at church. Should I be concerned?
no. But I don't put myself in situations that people go piss me up and I want to end their life.
Okay. But you said you've been.
Listen, there's a reason I don't go partying and clubbing and these kind of things because people get on stupid. There's a reason I don't play online games with people who play the game wrong, which is why I would never for the life of me play GTA Online, though, because I will
There's
hack
no-
the server
there's no-
and kill people in real life, dog.
There's no wrong way to play GT. It's like
And that is my point. I like to see things go a certain way, and when things piss me off, I want people to be ended. I'm a very listen. Deep inside my soul, I'm a very, very violent.
messed up person. Yeah.
And I'm gonna have had.
Not just messed up. Before we get to the messed up, I'm very violent. Under the violence is the messed up. The
And
violence is the cover.
Brandon have had to call me a psychopath, doggy.
I never called you. You called me a sociopath.
I
So,
heard you.
Although during the week I was kind of, yeah,
So
I
that's
kind
the
of
difference.
started to believe that
On
once
the life of
again.
me, I still don't know the difference between the two.
It's like, okay, so a psychopath is more calculating. He's more reasoning. He's calmer, but he's still devoid of emotions and feelings. But not to the extent of a sociopath. Sociopath would be somebody who has no feelings, no emotions, no
So I guess
attachments
that's
to anybody, um, and he never will. He's a lot more impulsive, a lot more violent, and he
I
tends
haven't
to
killed
make
anyone, so I'm psycho.
decisions in this moment. While a psychopath does not necessarily feel emotion, it is possible for a psychopath. It's not possible by definition, at least. It's not possible. A psychopath can like feign emotion, so they can sympathize, quote unquote, sympathize with you just for the sake of getting to where they want to get, but they don't really care. They don't. It's just a facade. Yeah. So you can just
So I have sprinklings of psychopath in my psyche. All right. Because I don't have a link.
I mean, don't we all?
Yep. Pretty sure everyone.
Yeah, everybody has a yeah. But,
And yes, King and Queen, you did leave and come back to a G. Of GTA Online and the stupidity and the modders and all the bullshit.
Yeah,
I
the
feel the same
modders.
way about going on the chaotic multiplayer Minecraft servers. Do I love Minecraft?
I mean, I mean, it depends. It depends. It
A couple
depends.
episodes ago, we were talking about addiction, and it's the same thing. It's your stupid behavior. I like the game. I like the games,
Mm.
but the stupid behavior, nah, I can't stand it.
Mm.
yeah,
That's why I prefer single player.
Yep.
Mm.
interesting.
Because
Interesting.
I
You know,
try, and, I
Gavin,
try, I try and terraform my area, make my place nice, make things functional. A man come in and drop TNT. Cancer, I want to find a way to strangle you.
Oh
yeah,
boy.
I go stop playing my refugee because something I would. Um, I ever told you? I think I told you. Yeah, no, I told you about that time. I was
Leandre.
playing. Yeah, I was playing Minecraft with Leandre, and he killed me. So
And you
I
just
laid
set up on the boy.
TNT. I laid TNT all under his house. Uh, I laid
One
TNT
block.
inside
Wait,
the
like
inside the
just
walls.
imagine your entire build,
Yeah,
everywhere you cannot see, have a block of
TNT.
TNT.
Like the front, you'd see the grass at the front, but underneath the grass there was TNT. Yeah, it took some time. It took some time,
You have to
but
place every block though.
yeah, I was
Take it out,
dedicated.
dig a block down, put the TNT, then go up, put the block back.
I had to kill a couple creepers. But survival.
Because if a creeper blow up there, that is your whole
Yeah,
team just blow away.
lead them on,
No.
kill them, collect the gunpowder. What you gotta do? We are
Oh, so Jenna. You manually
That's
so
survival, G.
I'd make a farm though. I'd make a keeper farm.
I mean, you, but I'm not that Minecraft. But I live in,
As a way. So,
yeah.
Wow, doggy, my
But
killer
yeah, I would say,
just.
as you brought up the topic of games, playing
Mm.
games a certain way, I was talking to Brandon earlier, and we were just having a discussion on playing games with other people and the games that we like versus what we accepted. And the topic of Seven Deadly Sins came up. I'm like,
for the game all your men playing, but I can't even try to figure out
you go
how
get them, like, you go get them.
Do you go get
But
it,
yeah,
doggy?
by the
yeah.
end of next month though.
So essentially, I was telling Brandon, like, yeah, the game is fun and all, but the fact that there's a meta just pissed me off because now you're telling me, right, somebody who values creativity and being able to express myself, I would prefer to choose my own characters. Now you're limiting me and telling me like there's a character I must have. If I hope to play the game
Oh,
right,
True.
I must have that character.
True.
That does piss me because in as much as I understand that, you know, it works, Doggy, it's not all about winning for me, though. It's about enjoying the game,
Yeah, I think so.
which is
I think your man might enjoy something like Raid Shadow Legend more often than I
like, is that a sponsorship?
No.
I've tried.
Well, I guess in light of Father's Day, Raid Shadow Legend. I don't know nothing about the game. I just know it have champions and you kill people and you get gold. But maybe we'll have a link and then you can get silver and special champion and other stuff. So
Just use promo
Raid Shadow Legend.
for experience.
I've
But
played
yeah,
the.
that's why I can't play competitive Pokemon
Okay.
because it's all about winning. It's
Yes.
all about having a team you
You're not
like.
having fun. You're not having fun.
Exactly. And
It's all about
Please.
micromanaging the stats, and you get so into it that you forget that hey, this is supposed to be fun.
exactly.
Mm,
And I
mm,
play
mm,
games.
It literally becomes work. Bro, when you have to go through hundreds of Pokemon to get the right EVs, so you can get the right
Exactly.
IVs, so you can get the maximum of this. Bro, it is too much. It is too much.
Way too.
You have to
mm.
breed this Pokemon if that one to try to raise the EVs so you can get better IVs when you're leveling up, and then
Mm,
it's a whole bunch of bullshit. Can I do it? Yes. Do I want? No. I want to enjoy the game, bro. There's a reason I haven't played. Yeah, there's a reason I haven't made a consistent effort to play any Pokemon after Emerald.
Yes, sir. I play the offline game, like the actual story. I'd play that.
mm.
Online, nah, bro, screw that. I
No,
mean, I play Pokemon Showdown.
But, yeah, I get you. Yeah, we play Pokemon
Pokemon
Showdown for kicks though, and there's a reason. There is a reason I like to play random because I don't have
Yeah.
to pick.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
exactly. And I know
I'm not trying to make it the best team, bro. We're trying to have fun to see what ridiculous Pokemon combination you're gonna get and try to win with.
exactly. And I know
These are the
didn't
most enjoyable
build it.
games.
I know the other guy didn't build his team from. I know he didn't come with his perfect team. He
Yeah,
always got a random team of.
get a team full of ice types though, and you next and have one fire type. You finish dog.
One
I
fire.
don't care what you do. Dog. The game don't care what you do, dog. You dead, dog.
Just wipe you out.
Yeah, a flamethrower for everybody. Dead.
Dead. Said,
Or
see that man get legendary.
one man have 6 legendaries on his team. How though? That happened to me once though. That happened to me. I got 6 legendaries. And I remember I was end up losing, which was weird. because not only does it randomizes the moves you get too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have a badass legendary shit moves though.
Like, how you giving me a move that heals myself, a move that raises my stats, a move that blocks,
But no attack!
and no attack, and you know, like my last move will be rest. Bro, like what? Like I have a
messes with you.
feel. Yeah, it does. It really does. But it's funny. It shows
And that is part of the fun.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
fun. Mm.
about adaptability. What can you do? What you're given. But fellas not seeing that. Fellas is just about. It's all about winning.
I have to build a team though. I have to be like
Yeah.
if I build a team, I'm gonna build a nostalgia team.
Are you gonna build a team of Pokemon I like?
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm going to put a Linoon on my team. I don't give a damn what else.
Dog, you
It
see
is a trash
Linoon?
Pokemon.
It is
but
not
I love
actually.
that. I
It's
love that little
funny.
bastard.
It got a rep for being a trash Pokemon. Not bad. It's
Bruh,
not.
this is the amount of times forgetting that I have a Linoon in my party has saved me in the Elite Four.
Yeah, dog.
My last Pokemon, dog. What my Linoon moves normally: Cut, Thunderbolt, Hyper Beam, Thunderbolt for Thunder, Hyper Beam, and depending on where I'm,
Yeah. It's a good all round.
It's a beautiful all rounder.
Yeah.
And imagine you
Oh.
beating the champion
With a line.
with his what's the last Pokemon number does have that Kingdra? That freaking
Yeah.
dragon type Kingdra.
Depends on which generation, but I think
Emerald.
one of them was. I think there's
No,
Dragon Iconics team as
Wallace.
I think.
No, the champion. You have six. You have a Wailord, a Salamence,
Around. It's been a while.
a Milotic,
Hey, I'm a piece of shit.
and that
For some
Kingdra.
reason the defense high. Maybe I
The only Pokemon I've never gotten is a Milotic.
yeah though, because it has a point whatever percent chance of dropping a P-Bar.
But
and
okay,
one
no, I have gotten P-Bass
I think you just have to
and bred a bunch of P-Bass. Trying to raise that stupid thing's beauty up to max is next to impossible.
right, that's fun of the game, bro.
No, that right there is not the fun of the game. That's the grind.
For you maybe, but it boils down to the same thing we were saying. People play the game.
Yeah, no, I played the game to get every single Pokemon and I gave up, bro.
Yeah, that's me up.
Yeah, I researched, okay, which berry gives the best beauty when you put it in the berry blender. Which berry blender should you go?
Yeah,
I was playing on. I reduced the frame rate so like the game running extra slow, so I could make sure that I get perfect taps every single time. Get the perfect berry block. Like
Yeah.
perfect berry block. Feed them to my Milotic, to my T-Bus. Think I have my thing, my beauty all the. I think it's close enough, right? Yeah, it's close enough, bro. You can't eat anymore. Okay. I go,
No.
I try, I raise the level pass. What's going on? I start feeding it red candies because hey, maybe it's just I didn't reach the level. Go and check online, I passed the level already. It will never evolve. Why? Because my beauty not high enough. Can I raise my beauty any other way? No. I already feed it enough. The only way to raise your beauty is by feeding it. This is before you could groom your Pokemon to raise the beauty. Whatever skill wasn't available in Emerald. So I just okay, cool. At every evolution of every other Pokemon that you could physically, I was trading with myself so I could get the trade exclusive versions. But I still couldn't get that one stupid version.
Don't worry, man, G. We'll pick it up eventually. Yeah, I feel everybody has. I remember getting a shiny Darkrai one. Like, I stepped in the grass, literally the first patch of grass, and shiny Darkrai. Next day, lost my save.
Oh no!
Yeah, but that was Pokemon Black.
That sucks.
Dog, unlucky.
That sucks.
Oh,
Other than that, I've only got one other shiny Pokemon. Pisses me
Charizard?
off to this. Nah, I've never gotten a shiny starter ever. It was an electric.
Damn.
Shiny electric. I love that guy. Kept him on my team for the rest of. I was that proud of my shiny.
Wow.
I didn't even care though. Yo, there are so many other when I wanted to team. That one spot was reserved my electric. My shiny electric.
I never. The only reason I ever end up catching an Electrike was to complete Pokédex. I never use that shit.
Probably. Actually, I find it looks cool. To me.
It looks very cool. Does it die quick? Yes, a little too quick. So
Nah,
like
dog.
I tried playing with one and I was dying too much.
It happens.
Way.
But anyway, so I guess on to the next topic. Uh,
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
what else you guys have in mind? What else you want to talk about?
or in mind,
Hmm?
I'm tapped out for now.
there's
My
this thing
topics
I
were
wanted to bring up.
What's that?
Uh, yeah, it's called a BRZ.
Ah,
Yeah.
doggy. Up to down.
Uh,
BRZ is like
Noted to be one of the best handling cars that you can buy right now, especially rear wheel drive platforms. I was speaking on it.
Hmm? Hold on, I think you froze for a second.
but somebody sleeping in the man house.
Nah, but I'm just saying you're speaking on the BRG.
I like I have said in previous podcasts, I am not a car person, so I lack the ability to complete the awesome that is BRZ.
Yeah,
So
though, is
I refuse to try to put my input where I know I have no business.
Maybe you
it's
need
cool
to
though.
maybe you need to drive it, doggy.
Maybe it's
Me?
true.
No, I don't know Daryl. He said he doesn't understand, like he doesn't really it's not his feel, so I said maybe he needs to drive it so he can really understand.
No. I need to upgrade my knowledge of vehicles.
Yeah, dog,
So
and by experiencing the vehicle you can do that, my dog.
Fuck.
but then I need comparison. So like that's a whole deep dive.
Mm.
I mean, I would have let you drive my Impreza gone.
Yeah, but it's still
Whereas,
wow, doggy. Oh, bro, that that is now surprised, bro. Look, like the time you didn't come to V40 first,
Your
bro.
man breaking up. But
yeah, he cut off for me too.
Oh, I cut off.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, hold on. You can hear me now?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. That I was saying, like, I was surprised you didn't come with us to view for the time we went in Brandon's Impreza.
Yeah. The time your man went on a whole vibe and I didn't even know about the second car.
It's funny because I messaged all of y'all almost a week in advance. Aired me out in the group chat. Uh, I mean, I message y'all privately. I get left unseen. I message y'all in the group chat. I get left unseen. So you know what to do. What to do.
Ah,
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's
dog.
why I'm considering just uninstall WhatsApp. What good is it if uh
so I'm going to my chats from June 7th.
You
no, I'm
know,
not. I didn't
I'm
mean
not
that.
anything.
I mean like if I message you guys normally in a private chat, I get
mm,
left unseen. I wasn't talking
Not
about
on
that.
me
I
though, and I not them females you was trying
because
to talk to.
I wasn't trying to talk to females.
Exactly.
That's exactly why, bro. I get aired out, left unseen.
Exactly.
I know about that
So
life.
I know them dog. One thing I hate to see is a unread message or something. That's a difference between fellas and girls. I think guys like a clean phone, no notifications. I'm just talking for me, because I prefer.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it seems like females treasure having a whole bunch of unread, just a
Yeah,
whole bunch of notifications to seem like
yeah.
they're important.
I don't know if it's a pride thing though, like just to make them feel like, oh, I'm like people want to talk to me.
Yeah,
You know, like look at all the notifications, look at all the unread chats I'm ignoring. Like, does it bring me joy?
that doesn't exactly my point. Is this what gives you joy?
Yeah, just seeing
Does this
people.
give you fulfillment?
Yeah, though, people genuinely trying to talk to you, and you're like, yeah, nope, nope.
Yeah. And then these same people, these same females will go crying. They're no good men. Well, leave him on the right, like Hashem.
I find it really funny. Yo, why am I echoing?
Oh, you hear an echo? Oh yeah, I'm hearing one. I'm hearing an echo as well. Hold on.
I hang your brothers.
Yeah, and
Really?
I chat in the background.
Hold on, eh?
I'm not sure.
I guess, it's Father's Day. I guess that's how Danny's telling us.
He's a whole father.
Yep.
Father, can you hear?
Is the echo still there?
I don't hear. I haven't never heard.
But yeah, girl, yeah. Oh shit, it's still there.
Man, using good drive.
But yeah.
Even if it's the house I'm going to be driving into.
But yeah, G, I might just uninstall WhatsApp next week.
Okay. Sorry about
So
that.
when I need to get in contact with you, I need to jump on.
Now you won't.
Oh no, I will.
You won't need to get in contact with me, G.
At the end of next month, I will require in advance.
Oh yes, install drive.
You know what's funny?
But nah.
I remember that time. I remember that time Brandon told us he just you actually uninstalled WhatsApp for like, and I think you didn't attend it for a week, and then like you came back to like the same. Like, it was as if it was as if you never left.
Too many groups. I in too many groups for that to happen.
No. I didn't include group messages because I had group messages, but I mean none of them with me, obviously.
Point.
But yeah, the group chat go off. I had no single.
Yeah, but people doesn't message me yet.
Yeah, people never message. It's cool. At this point,
I just get messages on my phone because I have a girlfriend now. But like, yeah, that's about it though.
so like
That's
you
about it.
you want to stab me in the chest?
Yeah, that one just flex. Doggy flex so hard, the doggy even
Like
But like,
you don't get.
we don't want normal people. Normal people. That the only difference between me and you is I have a girlfriend. If I didn't have a girlfriend, nobody would message. That's my point.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be an if statement though. Just let me lie there in my sadness and
I like you though. I sympathize.
Oh, slow down. You have a girlfriend.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
But yeah, it's yeah. I don't.
But Brandon, dog, you should shoot your shot, doggy, on the.
Nah, bro.
She should shot
No, but wait,
why?
A Twitter shorty.
For why? To what end?
No, he knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about.
That doesn't even make sense, dog. Because that's a meme page, dog. It's a video on a meme page.
What? Nah, hold on.
Yeah,
That's not a meme page. It's not a meme page. Hold on.
that's not a
Nah, dog. I talk about the extraction thing.
account. I retweeted. Dog, just look at the page. That's not.
That's a meme page, really?
Other those 15. That isn't 15. That's disrespectful, man.
What did I say that was disrespectful?
Like that's in.
I don't know. I wouldn't call it a meme page. It's a it's a public page. So it's not a private page. It's not somebody's.
So it's a meme. It's a meme page.
That it's not a meme. I just used the wrong.
Oh, so it's like a public.
Literally what I said.
I don't understand. I don't know. Like you cut off, doggy.
Okay, it's not a personal page, right? So the page would post and retweet videos from other people.
Okay, but that's what
It's not
everyone
somebody's
does,
personal
bruh.
account.
Okay. I think I get it. I think I get it. Hmm.
Which one? The thing you say where you swear you'll never get tired of seeing this video?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice
Just
video.
watch your replies. Like
I don't understand them. Man. Shoot your shot.
No, dog. I wasn't talking about her, bro. I wasn't talking about her, doggy.
That's not safe.
I know I'm gonna shoot my shot if I know I'm going to IG.
Doggy, I was not talking
I
about
want a
that.
young man, dog.
Listen,
Doing it
it's
just
one
in
thing.
God.
It's one thing to shoot.
You're cutting off at some intervals.
Your shot.
Like Adam and like dog. The shorty is an NBA playing in the WNBA.
Ooh.
WNBA.
Doggy.
Exactly. So I expect me to shoot my shot. That I'm making.
Yeah, I get it.
I was going.
Faster life.
I would have called out the name, doggy, but I will do that, doggy. I will go.
So your voice was lagging. Or what?
Yeah, that I'm breaking up so bad.
My voice still lagging?
When it once.
A bit. Yeah.
Hold on,
On a frequent occasion.
let me hold the phone up closer. What about now?
Yeah, sit down by the router. I don't know why you're trying to play like you but sit down in your room.
Yeah. You cool?
Harry. Nah, Brandon. Nah, I was talking about the thing with the Nah, not the thing. Sorry. When I say thing, I was referring to the GIF, the tweet with the extraction
I
team
just-
moving in.
Oh. Nah,
Yeah, that's
bro.
what I was talking about, though.
Nah, G.
But go off, bro. Go off.
It doesn't.
I mean, G. I mean, okay. You know, everyone has their pacing. Check what I'm showing you, mob.
Not about pacing. Everybody.
I already have that taste, dog. Some people just do like vinaigrette, dog.
Ari, anything else you want to talk about?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
Wait, is this week or last week, dog? I don't remember.
I mean,
I'm not dropping news on your fellas in the chat and your mad freak out.
Oh yeah.
That was funny, dog.
I don't know. I just had a feeling, doggy.
So, dog.
Yeah.
like the man just once.
Marvin Brandon, your voice lagging.
No, I'm saying like the podcast has.
All I'm hearing
The
is the
podcast
podcast has had. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay, well, I was corrected. The podcast has one stan.
Oh, I just checked it
There
down
we
and see
are.
there. You know, I think.
One stand, also stand up. Remind me again.
I think I'm going to make like a web page called Only Stands.
Wow. So please educate a brother what a stand.
A stan is worse than a fan. Like a step further.
Wow.
Like a step further than a fan.
Wait, Daryl, you ever heard the song Stan by
Eminem.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that my brain was on the wavelength you was projecting at all.
Yeah. So yeah, like a scan is
Yeah.
with like middle, a scan narcissism.
Hey, was that your page on Instagram now? Always like to have pictures and things.
But
I find one that you wanted to go and check my cuts.
What?
no, hold up, bro, this podcast is live. You know,
She doesn't work my cuts, so like we both know.
Wow, doggy.
dog, we don't know that. We don't know that. I don't know that. Do I know that? I
We,
don't know
we
that.
didn't know she was working there. We know she not working there though. So
I
yeah,
don't know.
whatever.
Dog. I don't know your business. She
Exactly.
find that shit, but like she hella fun.
She found it.
They're not gonna understand that because the next line you're going to say is shoot your shot.
I'll go say nothing,
Yeah,
doggy.
exactly. That's
and
that's my default right there.
doggy, what do you mean, bro? I wasn't about to say anything. Hey, fella's tweaking live.
And I can't.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I think next week I will. I think this week I'll be formulating the suggestion. Well, coming up with a topic suggestion list, so it could come in a bit more prepared next time. You know. We come to you, the doggy. I think Dara just left.
Yeah, you'll probably back in a second.
Join back.
Nah, that's on.
Mm.
I'm back.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're saying so.
No, I was just saying this week I'll be making the suggestion list, like beefing up the suggestion list, so you know.
But with the three of us, that was actually fairly fluent.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
It was alright.
Yeah,
Okay.
Point of view.
Yeah, that's what we get for not, airing out an episode for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
But
True,
I think we need to give homework before. So we have content to talk about.
Well, yeah, fair game. Quality over quantity.
But it depends. Like,
If nothing else show up that we might want to talk about, if this might run this something just on the podcast.
alright, let's wrap it up and then we can continue.
Alright. Well, thanks those who decided to come on, which is like one person. Thanks King and Queen for for turning up turning up with us tonight. For the rest of you who may be viewing the highlights, or well, I don't know if you put out highlights anymore, but or those who may be watching after the live has ended, I hope you've enjoyed what we've discussed thus far. Hopefully next week will come in a bit more organized and with more zeal.
If you didn't like what we said, please feel free to
Leave a comment.
There's a comment section. Let's air it out in the comment.
No. Let's throw hands.
Any last words?
For me, everybody get a BRZ. I mean, if you're not a Subaru guy, you can get a GT 86. Yeah.
Okay. Daryl?
Do your research. your mouth and then not putting your foot in your mouth, but getting
Okay.
shit out of your mouth. It's supposed to come out the other way, but hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, guys, please get 7DS. 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. My name is 007 Ghost. Add me up so I can beat you guys into a pulp. That's all I have to say.
Sounds very cocky. Very
Nah, dog, but I can back it up.
Alright, boss.
Trust David. Trust
I heard
David.
that.
But with that said, guys, stay tuned for the next episode. And peace.
From the Middle East and the Caribbean.
I can't say from the Middle Easy. Bruh. Okay. I'll try to explain now.